punch you clean through that window.
And you can't.
I don't know where, I can't go.
Or won't pay it back.
I can't pay you. I can't pay you.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Don't tell me to chill. Flipping disgusting.
Dealing with desperate debtors.
Please open the door.
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
In dramatic situations.
I'll break your glasses.
We meet the people who are losing their homes.
We've got nowhere to go.
You can't leave him because if that pipe comes off, it's like threatening.
And their possessions.
Will it be all right to tow it behind a transit?
Because whatever happens, if you can't pay...
Get your hands off me.
They'll take it away. Across Britain, 4.8 million people receive some form of housing benefit to help pay their rent. But since 2013, 46% of renters affected by the benefits cap have fallen into arrears more often. Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. They travel around the southeast, repossessing homes, chasing debts and seizing goods when debtors can't or won't pay.
You're going to go right down St Anne's Road where the pub is. See, I'm quite familiar with these northern parts.
They're on their way to Finsbury Park, North London, to evict tenant Karine Green, who's been in rent arrears for almost a year.
I don't know why, I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Do you feel it in your waters?
I do.
We're looking for Salisbury Mansions. So behind that laguna. Behind the tree.
I'm glad I've got you with me. Right.
Karine has received notice for the eviction from the county court, but the case has now been escalated to the High Court, and the agents are here today to evict her without warning.
What number is it?
55.
55.
Who is it?
The High Court enforcement have a repossession order for your flat.
Miss Green. Hi. My name's Ben, High Court enforcement. Madam, okay.
My child is inside and I'm a vulnerable person.
Okay, will you let me come in and talk to you?
No, you can pass me the possession order.
That's the writ of possession.
Thank you very much. I've got the other possession order from the court.
The county court.
And I've also spoken to the council.
Yeah.
And I've also contacted the landlord and his company. And I have bipolar disorder. Do not make me get upset.
Okay, madam, I understand.
The agents have the right to force entry, but the team are now aware of Karine's vulnerability.
I've no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
No, actually I don't.
Okay, can I explain the situation right here, right now?
Explain.
We are from the High Courts.
That's fine.
We are here to execute this writ today.
That's fine also.
You have 1 hour from now to pack a bag and to take your writ that I've given you down to the council.
Hey, the police are at my door.
We're not police, madam.
Possession order.
Karine calls her boyfriend for help.
The door's halfway open because this idiot has got his foot in the door. There's people outside my door. Don't tell me to chill. There's people outside. I suggest you call a solicitor because I'm getting really pissed off.
If there are clear visible signs of mental health, it does make it a little more tricky. We just need to try and comfort and reassure them and really try and support them in an emotional way, because it's a very distressing situation, especially because you're giving them bad news. We want to try and calm the situation and help them through it. Madam, I'm not here to make things difficult.
Well, clearly you are.
I'm not.
No, clearly you are.
I'm only trying to talk to you.
clearly you're here to make things difficult. I've sent the details to my landlord. I've also spoken to the council, who have a specific date for me to be out of the property, which the landlord has agreed in email, in writing, right? And I've already explained to you. No, I will not. You don't know, yeah, what I've had to deal with this order possession. Yeah, you keep laughing because it's funny.
I'm not finding it funny, madam.
Karine claims she agreed a date with her landlord to move out. Despite the shock of today's visit, Paul and Ben are duty-bound to enforce the eviction. They need to remain calm and help her understand the situation.
Madam, calm down.
Tell telling me to fucking calm down. Have you got someone outside your door with their foot wedged in your door, chatting all kinds of shit?
Say anything.
You're clearly trying to upset me and make this situation worse than it needs to be. You're trying to push your way through my door, right? Without knowing my part of the situation. Flipping disgusting. Been here 5 years and 2 months. Had I been a terrible tenant, I would understand.
If we find somebody who is clearly distressed and it may be suffering from mental health issues, we would be very sympathetic. We would listen to them, and a simple technique is that we wait until they've talked it out of their system, and then we'll come forward with constructive suggestions on how we would like to deal with it.
Now Karine calls her father.
Dad, I'm not in a very good place right now. I have the police officers...
High court enforcement.
Pardon?
We're high court enforcement, we're not police.
High court enforcement at my door. Basically, yeah. Telling me I've got an hour to come out of the property when certain circumstances have already been agreed. Would you like to see those, Mr. High Court Officer?
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant.
If you would like to talk to me, we're not harassing you.
Yeah, but you've got your foot wedged in my fucking
Because you're going to shut the door on me.
You say you're a vulnerable person. Could you explain?
I have bipolar disorder, right?
Oh, we've made progress.
I can't hold this much longer. I'm losing blood flow.
Paul steps in to hold the door open, but it's been barricaded from the inside.
Madam.
Listen, let me tell you something. If you push me through this fucking door today,
Get the police.
yeah? If you dare push me through this door today, you're gonna have a problem.
Madam, we just want to talk.
Don't you dare force your way through this door. Can you tell your colleague to move the hands from the door? You can come in.
He won't come in. He won't let me come in on my own. Let us both in. I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
Concerned about Karine's well-being, Ben asks the police for assistance. He hopes that their presence will calm the situation down.
Hi, I'm a High Court enforcement officer. We're executing a writ of possession. The tenants are very irate, just screaming and shouting at the top of their voice. I'd say mental health, basically. So we'd need a unit, not within the hour either. We've got a High Court writ, so we could force the door down, theoretically.
We're on their way, okay?
They're taking the mick. He agreed he will not send the High Court or the bailiffs. So he's an arsehole.
What started as a straightforward repossession has turned into a volatile situation, which the agents must handle carefully. Paul and Ben must use all their years of experience to keep this difficult eviction under control.
I'm already wound up there. I'm well wound up.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner were in North London.
What number is it?
55.
They were executing an eviction notice on tenant Karine Green, who'd been behind with her rent for almost a year.
I've no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
But it soon became clear this eviction needed careful handling.
I have bipolar disorder, right?
I can't hold this much longer.
Concerned for Karine's welfare, Ben called the police.
The tenant, she's very irate. I'd say mental health, basically.
The police are on their way, but now Karine's boyfriend Troy has arrived to help calm the situation.
Hello? What? Come in then.
I'm coming, babe.
Troy?
Sit down for me a second.
No, I'm not sitting down nowhere. This man is pushing his way into my fucking door.
Hold on a sec. Right. So High Court, she has to leave. Fine.
Yeah.
She needs to pack her stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're going to give her an opportunity to come back and take her stuff.
I've been trying to explain that, but what you've got to understand... Hold on, sir.
I must inform you, the police obviously are on their way.
I understand.
My colleague's obviously holding the door, so please don't be alarmed by that.
Move from the door, please.
No.
Not right this
Oh,
second.
Paul can't move from the door apparently.
He's not going to shut the door.
I
I
understand
didn't ask you
totally.
to shut the door. I told you to move from
Stop.
pushing the door.
1 second. Let me get in, please. Let me get in. Let me get in. Stop.
I'm not pushing the door against you.
Yeah, there's something behind the door, by the way. That's what you're pushing up against. Alright.
Explain the situation.
Alright, hold on.
Stop. What are you telling me to stop for? Don't tell me to stop. I'm listening.
The best ally we can have in a conflict situation is we enlist the family friend. They know the people involved, they will be sympathetic to them, and they act as a really good buffer zone between us and the people. They can explain things to them in their own time.
Troy has managed to calm Karine down.
I said he can come in.
I cannot come in on my own for health and safety.
You and
It's
your
our
friend
policy.
Paul come in,
Paul
but
can come in.
if
Paul, we're going to both go in.
After 20 minutes at the flat, the agents finally gain entry.
I'm not. That's fine. Do you know what? I'm not a rude person. I'm not even an aggressive person. I'm not even an angry person.
We don't know who's behind the door.
You don't know what's the ins and outs, which
Absolutely.
is fine, and I understand
All we
that.
get is this piece of paper with 2 names on it. We understand this is the worst situation in the world, but we want to try and make it as smooth as possible. All I need you to do now is pack a bag.
Yeah.
You will then need to make arrangements to collect the rest of your items.
Okay, no problem.
Karine knew that her landlord wanted her out and has already started packing.
How are we doing?
Clothes are already half packed.
I'm sorry if you took offence at me. I'll be the most helpful person in the world given the chance.
I 100% accept your apology.
Thank you.
I was very upset at the time. No problem at all.
Karine had been on benefits, but started work as a teaching assistant a year ago. She was still entitled to some housing benefit, but Karine claims that the council consistently miscalculated her entitlement and underpaid the landlord. Despite her attempts to resolve the situation, the shortfall was never cleared. Now, after 12 months of being in arrears, her landlord has had enough.
Got an interesting selection of books?
Ah, yes, I do. I work with special needs.
Really?
I'm studying child psychology now.
Wow, that's absolutely spot on.
Yeah. See, I'm a nice person. See what my students leave for me?
Being bipolar though, how does it affect you?
Bipolar can do anything from leave you in a deep depression to manic episodes.
Right.
You're more likely to get yourself in bad places, be around the wrong types of people. It just depends on the person and their surroundings.
A few minutes later, the police arrive. But fortunately, Paul no longer needs their help.
We just wanted to call a halt. He was going the wrong way.
Okay,
Hence we called you.
You're happy and...
She's changed her work hours, the benefits were stopped, the rent's got into arrears, the landlord's just said enough,
Right.
and he's issued the eviction order. Thank you very much. Bye.
Karine's hour to pack up her essentials and leave is nearly up.
No documents will be left in this property, none. Because if I can't find my stuff, then the council want to tell me, oh, but you don't have this paper, oh, you don't have that paper, oh, we can't help you. Anything that I've handed in, I make sure I make copies of everything.
As you walk in, do they all get up and walk out?
Yeah, they pretty much do. It's even worse when I'm having a bipolar episode because I'm determined to get everything done.
Well, they don't actually see the sharp end like this.
Yeah.
The council say, please don't panic.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 months before the bailiff gets to you. But what they should then say is, unless the landlord takes this to the High Court, in which case it could happen overnight.
Exactly. And then when people come in there with an attitude, they get upset and then, don't give me an attitude, you must leave the office, blah, blah, blah. But...
Can I actually say this as a compliment? You do attitude to perfection. You're an absolute diva. Spot on.
Karine is determined to make the move for her young daughter as smooth as possible. But there's one family member who's not cooperating.
Still haven't found the cat. Rosie!
My daughter named my cat after my mum. My mum wasn't impressed. But the next cat we have, we'll call it Ben.
Oh, I think that's a compliment. Let's push this one.
Told you.
Got her? It's easy to get.
Cat chase.
She's not going in the bathroom. He's got her. The cat is in the bag. We're ready to go.
Karine and her daughter are now homeless.
Let's go.
Yeah. I have no idea where I'm going to stay. I don't know where the council's going to put me. I just know that I'm a vulnerable person who has bipolar and a 6-year-old child. I know that much.
It will be up to the local council to find emergency accommodation for Karine and her daughter tonight. Personal debt is continuing to rise nationwide. It currently stands at nearly £1.5 trillion. But over half of all people in relationships don't know how much debt their partners are in. ...7 a.m. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Sutton, Surrey, with a writ to recover nearly £2,000.
We're going to say Mr. Robert Grochowitz. He owes money to Marcin Stefaniak, £1,902.59 in the first instance. Might just be a personal debt. So really, it's moved very swiftly on this one.
The debt was originally an £800 unpaid county court judgment, but now with enforcement costs and legal fees, it has more than doubled.
Round the corner now, chap.
Left is right. What's that, 17, haven't we?
If Mr. Grochowitz can't or won't pay, the agents have the authority to seize goods to the value of the debt.
You got your badge?
Yeah.
Try your handle, Sean.
Straight away, Dell has his eye on an asset.
Oh, open already.
Have a look.
You don't say.
Hello. How are you? Is Robert here? How are you, Robert? My name's Brian. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm here with a High Court writ. Thank you, sir. Do you want to put some clothes on? Do you want to get a t-shirt or some clothes on? We'll wait for you. Yeah. Robert, you're Robert, yeah? Is that you, yeah? Okay, Mr. Martin Stefanik took you to court. We've got an outstanding balance of £1,902.59. We're here to collect it. Do you know who he is?
No.
You don't know who he is at all?
No.
Isn't that odd? No idea at all?
No, I don't.
Okay. It's not uncommon for debtors to claim they don't know the claimant because they don't want to pay it. But I don't believe a word of it. We've done this job a long time. We're pretty good judges of characters. Call it intuition and call it experience. Call it what you like. But we just get the knack. We know when people are lying to us.
Robert claims he doesn't owe anything, but the High Court writ says otherwise.
Don't know this person what the money.
Well, he knows you and he knows where you live. You know about this debt, don't you?
So we're not here because we want to be here. We're here because we've been sent here, yeah? Because you owe money.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
Tell you what you do. It's £1,902 at the moment, right? If you carry on like this, wasting time, it's going to go up.
How much?
£1,902.
1,000, you say 800.
Well, you didn't know about it.
It appears Robert is aware of the debt, after all.
So you know how much the original amount was? So tell me who...
I don't know what
so he knows exactly why we're here.
I don't like being lied to. I can't trust anything you say. If I can't trust anything you say, I can't believe you, which means you need to find the money to pay this in full.
Robert's wife comes downstairs to find out what's going on.
Jest Agnieszka, ja nie znam tego człowieka. Nie wiem, to są pani z sądu. Skąd? Ja widzę.
Robert is still denying any knowledge of the debt, so Dell turns up the pressure.
As you're walking about, you might be able to think of someone can help you out.
It's early now. It's 7 o'clock.
If you can't pay it...
give money today, definitely.
Okay.
But I need some time.
The bill might go up by 8 o'clock.
Why?
Because we're not here to spend all day.
But
Make some calls and we'll see how you get on, yeah?
Suggest you put some clothes on, sir.
Let's have a look around.
Robert starts trying to raise some funds, but the agents aren't taking any chances and draw up an inventory of goods they can seize to offset the debt. This includes the cars on the driveway.
The vehicles outside, are they yours?
The
I want to see logbooks for both the cars.
I think both cars might be in his name.
That's why I asked for logbooks. Going to a debtor's house, the most expensive asset a person would normally have is a vehicle. It's got no finance. You've got something to target him with, really.
I need 5 minutes, right?
Okay, that's fine.
Send me money.
Thank you very much.
The threat of losing his possessions has prompted Robert to try and raise some funds.
Can your work help you?
Sorry?
Can your work help you? Oh, okay.
What work do you do?
Okay.
A colleague has agreed to help him out.
Yeah, I have chosen. I don't have. No.
Was he transferred that into your account, has he?
Yes.
Okay. So what we need is £902.58 now.
The agents won't accept Robert's £1,000 offer. He needs to raise the full amount. And his wife wants answers.
Nic nie dostałem od tego pana. Nic. Nothing dostałem z kortu.
The most common thing I find, particularly if there's couples, is that one may not know of the debt, and that leads to an issue between them in terms of trust and how their relationship is. We've got strange men in our house saying that her partner owes money and she knows nothing about it.
15 minutes after denying all knowledge of the debt, Robert has found most of the money.
I've got 1.7.
1.7?
I've got 1.7 right now.
We need another £200. I know.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's take the 1.7 and you pay me by 1 o'clock the rest, yeah?
At least 1 o'clock.
That's fine. Card, please. Top. 1,700, yeah?
Even though Robert has agreed to pay, he still says he knows nothing about the debt.
I'm not cross with you, but
No.
I didn't know this person.
Robert, I told you £1,902. That's the only figure I gave you. Then you told me it was 800 and something, and I never told you that figure.
You say in front of my door we need to collect 900,000.
No, I didn't.
Well,
Okay, we'll beg to differ.
I'm a good person, I think.
Absolutely, you are.
And I'm a responsible father. I want to save my family.
The money's stored for 14 days with the High Court so you can dispute it.
Robert has paid £1,700. But if he doesn't pay the remaining £200 by one...
So I was like, boom, you know exactly
What's happened is he hasn't told his wife. And he's had to style it out a little bit. That's what's happened there. He'll say whatever he needs to in front of his wife. Otherwise he wouldn't be agreeing to pay the rest of the money.
Maybe, you know, there's so many ins and outs in the building game, you know, they get contractors daily, don't they? So, you know...
I'm a granddad again.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Congratulations,
that's
mate.
yeah. I better... He's
Well, crack a smile, go on, crack a smile. There you go.
I better find out what his name is.
Brian.
God forbid.
Brian.
God forbid.
Call him Brian. He looks like a Brian.
Brian and Dell have got the result they needed. But on their next case...
I said 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Don't talk like that. Don't. Don't wag your finger.
What?
An angry father and son put them in a volatile situation.
This is the dirty thing. If the other two officers come, then I will fight it.
Cash flow is a growing problem for UK companies. 85% of small and medium-sized businesses are currently affected by late payment of invoices, with an average of nearly £32,000 owed to each firm. High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are in Northampton to recover a debt of nearly £3,000 owed to an insurance company.
What we got next, Del?
We are going to Empire Cars on the Grafton Street Industrial Estate.
Empire Cars is a taxi firm, and the owner, Mr. Tarib Ali, has already paid half the debt.
What road do we want?
We want Cornway, Unit 6.
Mr. Ali agreed to pay the balance within 2 weeks.
We want Office 1 over there.
But he didn't stick to the agreement. This time, there won't be any second chances.
Morning, gentlemen. Empire Cars?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Come to collect the rest of the monies that you owe. Who's the man I need to speak to?
How long have we got?
You've got now.
next week.
No, that's your opening gambit. This is my opening gambit. If you're not going to pay now, I will remove your things. Okay? So, what do you want to do?
What's the balance now?
It's £2,950.22.
You incur further costs, unfortunately.
Because you didn't pay when you were supposed to, did you?
Because the defendant has defaulted, the debt has risen by nearly £1,000. Now Brian and Dell need payment in full today. But first, they need to establish who is the debtor.
I paid, I said I have to pay next 2 months for the 2 payments, but all finished. I'm paying already half, right?
That was a month ago.
Oh, hang on. Okay, who's the boss? Who's in charge? Whose company is it? What's your name, please?
Ali.
Mr. Tarib Ali is the debtor, and he seems unwilling to cooperate with the agents.
This is the dodgy thing.
Are you going to pay it?
Oh, if the dairy coming, but I'm not opening the door, I will be fight them.
There's no need for that.
Mr. Ali's son, Rahman, claims that an arrangement was made with the agent's office to delay payment.
All the lady told me on the phone is her client was willing to accept payments. They can make a payment in October.
The family claim that the agent's visit is a mistake.
Many times.
Did he say that?
Bloody office.
That's what he said?
That's why he shouted.
So you're thinking that they've asked us to come because they've messed up? Oh,
yeah.
Right.
If the other 2 officers come, then I will fight it.
Would you?
Yes. No. Because I'm big naughty man before.
If there's been a mess up, I apologise.
But Brian is suspicious.
Dale, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Can I pick your brains on the case?
Okay.
Brian calls the office to find out whether their claims about an agreement to pay later are true.
HCW 2513. Is there any arrangement on the system?
I spoke to this debtor because the balance was due at the end of September. Tried to clear it over 2 or 3 months. I said, well, that wasn't really the agreement. It started falling into shouting, saying he was going to go to the claimant and make them allow him to have more time.
Okay.
And I advised him at that point that threatening our client is unacceptable.
Okay, thank you, bye.
It's clear that Mr. Ali did not have an agreement to defer the second payment.
No, there's no arrangement. Stuart came here on the 3rd, took half the payment on the basis that you pay the balance at the end of September. It's all recorded, yeah? Debtors in this job will always be deceitful, difficult, throw walls up in front of you. When I know someone's lying to me, they've set the tone, as far as I'm concerned.
Despite Mr. Ali and his son's protests, they must pay £2,900 today. If they don't, the agents will seize goods to offset the debt.
You know what this piece of paper says? I am commanded to seize in execution your goods. That's the High Court telling me that. So if you don't want to pay it, that's fine. You can have that, sir. Let me give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. Take it. Take this. Here. Have it. If you're not paying, mate, just tell me so I can call the van.
But then, Mr. Ali's son, Rahman, makes another unexpected claim.
Originally, this debt, is not even belong to Empire.
Nothing to do with me.
Let's cut this short. You were given enough time to get this set aside.
Rahman says that his father has passed the company to him, and that he paid off the first half of the debt, even though he didn't feel responsible for it.
If you're not liable for it, what have you done about it since?
I just couldn't be bothered to go through the hassle and getting my money back, right?
Okay.
You couldn't be bothered to do it?
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered.
Okay.
I couldn't be bothered to
Let's hold it there. Let's hold it there.
To get my £2,000
Let's hold it there.
Mr. Ali might have passed the cab company to Rahman, but the writ still allows the agents to chase the business for payment.
You please, you give me another week time.
The reason I need it paid today and now is because he couldn't be bothered to do anything about it.
You just put another fucking £900 on top of that shit.
Because you failed to keep your end of the... You know what, bruv? It's very easy. I'll tell you what you do. Long story short, sir, do me a favour. Get me the balance of this money, okay?
Now?
Right? Yeah.
How?
I don't know. We don't get involved in disputes, all right?
Don't talk like that.
Don't wag your finger.
What?
I'm being very polite with you. Throwing her arms about, screaming and shouting. It's not going to faze me. No, it just makes me dig in a little bit harder that I won't suffer that sort of nonsense. But we're not going to be bullied. You're going to pay.
After 20 minutes of arguing about the debt, Dell's patience has run out.
Unplug. That's cool, bruv. We're going to remove, bruv.
With no sign of payment, the agent's only option is to seize goods.
I'm not here to play. I'm here to do my job. Keep your money, bruv.
Get out of my sight.
What? What? Get out of your sight. Who are you speaking to?
I didn't say get out of my sight.
You did say that.
Get out of my sight.
No, while I'm here, it isn't, is it?
Then suddenly, Rahman changes his stance.
2 o'clock, the full balance clear. 2 o'clock.
How are you going to make that payment?
What do you mean? So,
Card, cash, whatever.
what do you mean doesn't matter? I don't like you being rude, bruv.
I did it 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Shall I speak to you the way you speak to me?
Wait and take a seat.
It's now 1 past 1, yeah? Del, I'm happy with 2, yeah? No, we'll stay here, it's no problem. Thank you.
The taxi firm has under an hour to come up with the money. If they don't, the agents will start taking assets.
We're not here to be shouted at or disrespected in any way. We've tried to talk to them and just lay out the facts. You've got to remember there's 5 or 6 of them in there. Yeah, and they want to raise their voice and maybe stunt their authority, but they're not in charge, we are.
While they wait, Dell starts making a list of assets they can seize if the 2 o'clock deadline is missed.
When you guys get upset at the wrong people, man, it's not us.
It's not a nice job, is it?
Well, let's put it this way. If a man owed you money, do you want him and me to go and get it? Or do you want someone who's going to go there and say, well, we'll accept £5 a week, please? Would you? You want your money?
So that's my seat.
Is it? Since you asked so nicely.
As 2 o'clock approaches, Mr. Ali still tries to strike a deal.
You get?
How much I want to pay now?
It's gone beyond that. It's gone beyond that now. It has, yeah. Come on. It's all got to be done now. When dealing with debts involving families, family pride does get in the way because there's someone's taking responsibility for the family and ultimately will take responsibility for making sure the debt's paid.
With minutes to go before the deadline, Rahman's cousin and sister arrive to pay off the debt.
So 700's cleared. There's £2,250.22. Thank you for helping, both of you.
Dell's tactics have paid off. The debt has been collected in full.
All paid.
All done.
It's nice to see they came together and got it paid. A little frustration, but at the end of the day, he's defaulted the arrangement given. You know, a bit more transparency, it'll be probably dealt with a lot easier and quicker. Yeah. But hey ho, it's done, and we'll move on to the next one.
In Britain, the number of households renting in the private sector has increased by over 3 million since 2001. But 11,000 families in England and Wales were evicted by private landlords in the first 3 months of last year. Steve Pinner and Roo Pabari are High Court enforcement agents. Today they're in Portsmouth to repossess a property.
I've driven 100 miles today to get here. It's stopped raining for now anyway.
The tenants have lived in the property for 2 years, but the landlord told them 5 months ago that she was selling up and wanted them out.
All being well, should be, hopefully, relatively straightforward.
They never go straightforward.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem, isn't it?
To speed up the eviction, the landlord has fast-tracked the case to the High Court.
It looks like on the paperwork that there's going to be a locksmith. Yeah. It's just a straightforward writ of possession that they won't know anything about. As always, we'll just pull up over here.
But the locksmith is already at the property.
Hi there, morning.
I'm your locksmith.
Nice to meet you.
They're just kicking off on one. I arrived and basically they don't know nothing about it.
Well, they don't. Yeah, that's why nobody should have gone there till we got there. Difficult when you get to a job and somebody's already been there and told them that you're on your way. It's bad enough just opening the door and them seeing you, but they're expecting you now, so they're like ready for you. So you're on the back foot to start with.
The tenant, Victoria Manser, and her partner, Shane, knew their landlord wanted them out, but they didn't know it would happen so soon.
OK, so you are...
Victoria.
Victoria. OK, Victoria. We're High Court enforcement agents.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's get through here, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is a writ from the High Court.
Oh, we're not getting told that today, obviously. I've got a...
Yes, you are.
I'll go and told...
Well, why haven't you got a letter, though? I respect what you're doing. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to be an arsehole or anything like that, right?
Glad about that.
But...
We've been told...
We was told... No, let me speak. We was told we would get a letter, a time and a date, so we can get our stuff out prior to you coming.
Okay.
We would have done that, and we would have just gone, there you go, there's the keys, right? Now, this has not happened.
Okay.
Now, where are we going to go now? I'm a bit livid, right?
Okay.
The council, they told me that obviously it would take at least another week for you to come out.
They've misled you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I'm sorry.
Would you give
That's
us
the
enough
truth.
time to get all our stuff out on the street then?
What we do is get you an hour to get your personal effects together. Things you'll need for a few days.
See, I've got my relative stuff in here.
And then you can make an arrangement.
Well, my landlord's not going to do that.
She has to.
She won't do that.
She has to.
You don't know my landlord.
It's clear that the landlord's decision to fast-track the eviction has come as a shock to the couple.
I don't trust my landlord one bit. I'm sorry. It's not you.
I understand that. It's upsetting. I understand that. I get that. Sure. What you need to do is you need to get everybody up, dressed and ready. Take this letter and the children with you down to the council. Got to change the locks, so we'll let you get on.
The family had already started to pack their belongings.
This is out of order. And a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, right? And they should be seeing this. This is wrong.
The tenants are legally entitled to return to the property at a later date to collect their possessions. But Shane decides to empty the entire house.
So there's not a lot we can do other than just wait for him to empty the house and lock it up.
I'm kick off in a minute. Don't get out of my fucking way.
All right.
Tenants say to us that it's the landlord's fault. That's why we're in this position. And I try and explain to them that, you know, it has been through the court. The court has decided in the landlord's favour and they have to leave. It's an unfortunate situation. We're asking them to leave what's considered their home.
The family's possessions are piling up on the pavement.
Oh, you're having a flipping that bubble. It's bloody raining. This is not even my gear. It's going to be ruined.
I don't know how many times I told him that she has to let him back in to collect his stuff. But if you can't reason with someone, you can't reason with someone.
Do you know what's the name of the...
Half hour or so.
Seeing all her belongings on the street is taking its toll on Victoria.
I hope you haven't put all your clothes in here. You need to get changed into something.
Really fast about getting changed right now. Shit.
The family has managed to get most of their possessions out of the house.
What is going on?
But then, Victoria's mum arrives.
What is going on? They told you that they didn't serve.
They talked down the grass.
Okay.
Fucking, I don't believe it.
Hang on, Mum, don't go off in that.
Right, is that it? Is that everything out of the house?
Yeah, everything, right?
Oi, mug it. Right, so now what?
We've got to try and get it somewhere to store now.
Right, that's all right. Yeah, shit.
Tensions are rising. But then a friend of the landlord also arrives.
I'm going to put the keys up for
Oh, right. Okay, brilliant.
Pick up bloody keys to the house. Like little friends come down and put the keys to the house out.
Yeah, we'll tell her to go fuck herself. How about that?
That's the landlord's husband, I swear down.
Oh,
Your partner.
No.
No, you see it, collect the keys.
That's a bit cheeky.
Right, you know why I'm on this? Because you pay the rent or you do whatever, so don't start giving me... Oh, shut up. Give me hey. I've been asked to come over and get keys and that's it.
Come here and get fucking keys then, you fucking prick. I'll go some to you, eh?
Whatever.
With emotions running high, will Steve and Rue be able to stop this volatile eviction from spiralling out of control?
Wait a minute.
High Court enforcement agents Steve and Rue were in Portsmouth to evict a family from their home.
This is out of order, and I've got 2 kids here. I've got a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they should be seeing this.
Steve gave the tenants an hour to collect their personal items.
We'll kick off in a minute, try and get out of my fucking way.
All right.
But with trust between the landlord and tenants completely broken down, Shane and Victoria decided to empty the whole house.
I don't know how many times I told him that she has to let him back in to collect his stuff.
What is going on?
When Victoria's mum arrived,
You know, I don't believe it.
the situation became heated.
It's all right. Behind the shit.
And the arrival of a friend of the landlord's saw tempers reach boiling point.
I've been asked to come over and get keys and that's
Why
it.
come here and get the fucking keys then, you fucking prick? I'll go some to you, eh?
Oh, whatever.
Now Steve needs to use all his years of experience to keep the eviction on track.
You don't need it. Yeah. You definitely don't need it.
I'll come back later, once all died down.
Yeah, that's always the best thing.
Yeah.
Give it an hour. Well, I don't know how long they're going to take to get a couple of bands out.
Yeah.
Comes another couple now that come and have a go. Get in your car and have a nice day.
Thank you very
much.
much.
All the best.
Enjoy.
Take care. All the best.
But just as Steve manages to defuse one situation, Shane's mother arrives.
Oh, I'm going to get another earache.
This is none of your fault, Vic. None of your fault.
She claims the council have refused the family's request to be rehoused, despite Shane telling them his landlord was going to evict them.
Where's the council amongst all this?
Yeah.
This is not her fault. The council are baby. See to everybody else. The council see to everybody else that comes into this country, but they don't see to my own son. The council see to everybody else. They have everybody else that comes into this country, but when it comes to their own, there's lived here, born in bloody Olinda Street, in Portsmouth, all the families here, and they don't even help their own. This is ridiculous. Look at it. All their possessions. The council knew that they needed help, but they haven't been there or done nothing.
People kept coming from everywhere, shouting and having a pop. But you just have to be aware of everybody around you. You know where you are and how safe you are. Inevitably, 9 times out of 10, they do tend to calm down because you have a calm approach.
News of the eviction has attracted the attention of the whole street.
Man, dirty washing. That's embarrassing.
I don't know what you're going to do with this.
Well, I'm going to have to wait now for a van and take it to a storage unit.
With no disrespect to you, like we don't know you, we don't know the agent, landlord or whoever it is.
Nah.
We just get our instructions and get an address.
Yeah.
So that leaves us totally impartial.
Despite the protests, the family has emptied the entire house.
I need to clear this pathway.
What can we do?
I need to get a van.
So you're all done now?
I think we're done. Can I just have a look?
Yeah, come. Because I've got to go around and shut all the windows, lock the doors, so forth and so on. You can't do that, they're fixed. I was amazed at the speed they actually emptied the house, because I know how long it would take me to empty a property of my own and try and move. I can't figure out how they did it so quickly.
You just want to get it done, dusted. I've got in a bit of a brain fix to get everything out.
Okay, I'm just going to lock up upstairs.
Once upon a time, this house was really lovely and decorated. This is what I'm on about. I spent some money in this house. I've even decorated upstairs. I've decorated my boys' room. I've decorated the front room, the hallway, everything to make it look nice. I just can't believe it's happened now. I didn't expect this one bit.
2-bedroom terraced house is all out in front on the pavement. Okay, well, I'm actually going to lock your door now.
Yep.
The eviction is now complete.
I wish you good luck.
I'm going to take it to storage now anyway, so...
Good luck.
Shane, Victoria and their children are now homeless. It will be up to the council to find them emergency accommodation for the night.
What you want, sir? Unfortunately, that's the law.
High Court enforcement.
If you can't pay, they'll take it away.
The pressures faced by tenants trying to find somewhere affordable to live has led to a rise in illicit subletting. A survey of letting agents has found 3.3 million people in the UK are living in illegally sublet rooms.
Paul Bohill and Phil Short are High Court enforcement agents. They work all over England and Wales, seizing property and collecting debt. Today, they're heading to East London to carry out an eviction.
Is it a woman's name on there? Or Mr? Yes. Ms?
The tenant owes £15,000 in rent arrears, but Paul and Phil are not collecting the debt. They're here to evict the tenant.
It's just a straightforward repossession, just a simple in out, really. We'll park here.
But it's going to be far from a routine eviction.
I'm Paul Bohill, and this is Phil.
That's okay.
You're the landlord, are you?
Oh, I'm representing the landlord.
OK. The letting agent guaranteed the rent and was responsible for paying it directly to the landlord. But this plan backfired when the tenants failed to pay him, and he's now £15,000 out of pocket.
Just a bit of advice, I mean, these guys are dangerous.
Really?
Just for
Relations between the letting agent and the tenant have gone sour, but dangerous behaviour is news to Paul.
You want to call the police just in case? Okay.
No.
Paul decides to carry on without police backup.
If you just hold back there a sec. When we go to a repossession, the only information that we have from the writ is the name of the tenant and the landlord and the address to actually serve the writ. So we have no background information and we don't need it. Our instruction is purely to repossess the property. Hello, I'm from the High Court. We have a repossession order for this property. Are you that lady there?
No, it's Romanian name, but I don't know.
Does she live here?
No. What happened?
The landlord has gone to court and has asked for the property back. So in other words, you have to leave now.
Now?
You have 1 hour to get your personal belongings out, and then you can make an arrangement with the landlord to come back and collect the rest.
1 hour?
1 hour, yeah.
But it's winter outside.
I'm sorry, I have no control over that. This shouldn't be a surprise to you because this has been going on for months.
Who is this lady?
According to this, she's actually the person who rents this property. Are there other people who live here?
Yeah.
How many other people?
I don't know exactly.
But we need to change the locks.
Now?
No.
Only 1 second.
Paul hasn't found the tenant listed on the writ, but the woman appears to be living at the property, and she's not alone.
Auzi, Alexandra, pune-l pe ăla să se îmbrace, scoate-l ușor. Înțelegi?
Several other Romanian women are in the house.
Și să nu lași nimic în cameră urât. Ați terminat? Spuneți că sunt probleme, că e cineva la ușă și să ieșiți.
Paul makes the most of the open door and steps over the threshold.
Ask the locksmith to come and start changing these locks.
Now Paul is inside, the property is officially repossessed, and the locks can be changed.
Da. Am făcut pe 3.
Who lives in this room?
Me. Ușor, ușor, stai, du-l sus, du-l sus, du-l sus!
The house doesn't seem to be a normal family home.
All these seats. This is a waiting room.
This is the waiting room, yeah. Fine, so this is a living room. Why would you have a towel hanging there and tissues on there?
Red curtains, bird in a bathrobe, walking out with a geezer fully clothed.
Just make sure they're all packing.
Phil heads upstairs.
Hello? Just two, yeah? Brilliant, yeah.
and finds several other occupants in 2 of the bedrooms.
The bedrooms are all set up the same. The residents will be women folk, and then you've got condoms, body lotions and tissues and so on. Pretty clear signs that this is being run as a brothel. Unhappy customer, yeah.
Why are they taking the curtains down for?
Are they your curtains?
Yeah.
Those covers belong to the landlord.
Leave the curtain.
Please leave them there.
This is my money.
I don't care, just get out, please. Right, this ain't your curtain, now get out.
Why?
He's not been paid any rent to start with, that's the first problem.
You've got a nerve on you.
It was only after receiving complaints from the neighbours that the letting agent found out what the house was being used for.
They've been telling me that there's stickers on the lampposts. People are then knocking on wrong doors and whatnot, saying, you know, I'm here for whatever.
The letting agent is now threatened with a £20,000 fine from the council if he doesn't close the brothel down.
We don't want this happening in the first place, realistically. We just want it a nice family home.
The eviction appears to be going to plan, but the women are in shock.
I stay here, in the street, on front of this house. Because I don't have another... nothing.
As the deadline to leave approaches, Paul wants to get everyone out.
You stand on the door, it's only out now, no more in.
But unknown to the team, the woman on the phone has changed her mind about leaving.
No one else goes in now.
And she asks the other women to do the same.
What are you doing?
The mood in the house changes.
We'll call the police. No, you've got to go out. No more in.
Now Paul and Phil suddenly have a situation on their hands.
Everyone has to go out now.
This eviction could spiral out of control.
No, you've got to go out.
No, come police, no out.
Now, after 10 minutes of deadlock, one of the women appears to be calling her minders.
În cât timp ajungeți? Așa, și eu m-am împins un pic cu ei și sunt tot înăuntru. Acum nu știu, e toți pe scară, n-are voie să mai intre nimeni, lucrurile toate la ușa afară.
În cât timp ați venit?
15.000 de mai.
There's always a possibility people who control these girls might turn up and there could potentially be violence or certainly aggression. So it's always playing at the back of your mind.
Paul isn't taking any risks and calls the police.
We've just executed a High Court eviction order here. It's pretty obvious it's been running as a brothel. They're all like getting clever now and refusing to leave. I don't want to put hands on them because of the implications. If somebody stages a sit-in, we will never use physical force until the police are in attendance. They're our responsibility up to the front door, and they're the police responsibility if a breach of the peace breaks out afterwards.
Some of the women appear less committed to the sit-in than others.
Hai să ieșim afară, Fabian. Nu, stai să vină poliția. Ieși afară, da.
The woman who started the sit-in also leaves of her own accord.
There's only one left in here now, and I just shut the door.
But the woman who answered the door is still refusing to budge. She maintains that she's been paying rent.
The water, please. Oh, have problem the hand. No? Okay.
Bă, I want to go to the toilet.
Spune. Minte că ești gravidă, minte că ești gravidă.
Bă, nu pot să zic.
They appeal to Paul and the letting agent.
One day.
One hour, please.
No.
You come and my husband.
One second.
No.
I've not received rent since May. Nobody pays single penny, okay? Now, you're talking about one day. What about me?
1 year waiting, no money.
No,
You're living for free.
Sorry, me come in here only 2 weeks.
I understand that. But the people who you're giving the rent to, you need to speak to these people who give you the house.
Effectively, to coin the legal term, they're on their arse in the street fighting to come back in. But if their people, their minders come back, then it will go off.
The women wait for rescue.
Here comes the cavalry.
But fortunately, the police turn up before the minders. The occupants suddenly disappear, except for one who still refuses to leave.
This is the writ. These people, and it's obviously a brothel running here.
Oh, it's a brothel, is it?
It was, yeah. There were 6 girls working here. There was a customer here who got his head up his arse and disappeared as fast as he possibly could. If you just tell this girl out here that we are official, that the warrant we hold has been signed by a judge, she's got to go.
Do you want to speak to me outside?
After a dramatic standoff, Paul and Phil have successfully completed the eviction.
If you do try and break into the property afterwards, that's an offence, which you will be arrested for. Okay?
Okay.
Over the past 12 months, we've attended to 3 or 4 evictions, which have turned out to be brothels. But the fact that the girls were working girls didn't have any impact on me, because quite clearly, none of that's got any consequence to the result.
Recent figures estimate that almost 20% of the adult population in the UK is in debt, with financial problems rising fastest amongst single parents and under 25-year-olds.
Bridgend, South Wales.
It's been raining in the valleys.
It's 7:30 a.m. and High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are here to collect an outstanding debt of over £3,000 from defendant Kathleen Lee.
We've been to this one before, Stuart.
Yeah.
No one was in. We left a letter.
Yep.
Enforcement agents have tried to reach Kathleen 3 times over the last several months and failed to make contact.
It says here, no one was in at the time of call.
Right.
Left notice of attendance, hence the reason why we're going a bit earlier this morning.
Right.
The defendant owes the money to an ex-landlord who claims she left his property in disrepair. If Kathleen can't pay, the team have the right to seize goods to cover the debt.
There might be a car on the drive, because she must be able to get to work and school.
No, that's a very good point. So what we'll do is we'll drive around the back first. Right, this is where we need to find out 4.
Yeah, go up, there's 6. No car there, mate.
But Kathleen's parking bay is empty.
Damn.
The team drive around to the front.
Kathleen! High Court enforcement agents!
I mean, they might have just gone out to the shop or something.
Come in, Vic. I need to go and do a security check.
With no one answering, Stuart is concerned there may be something wrong.
Hello, Kathleen? You got the case? Hello?
He can hear movement upstairs.
Hello?
Within 15 minutes, Kathleen is back at the house.
Is it Kathleen, is it? Kathleen. What can we do about this, Kathleen? Well, what I'll do is stand back. The main priority now is speaking to your daughter.
Kathleen goes inside to check on her children, leaving Stuart and Vic with a potentially valuable asset.
Do HPI on the vehicle and see if it's free of finance.
If the car isn't on finance, the team is entitled to seize it to offset the £3,000 debt. So Vic asks for a check on the vehicle.
Can anyone do an HPI for me, please? Case reference is 3214. Thanks, mate. It's on finance. Oh, all right, Andy. Thanks for that. Cheers. Bye-bye.
How long?
2 years left on it.
Good, that's on finance. Good. So that would have been a bargaining chip. We can exempt that from the list. Main course of action next is that we wait 15 minutes, then we'll just enter through the back gate and just knock on the door.
Yeah.
But the plan isn't going to be as straightforward as Stuart and Vic think. She called the police. Now, after 40 minutes at the property, the team have to explain themselves to the officers.
I got writ of control.
There's no issues. That's not because they're disputing anything.
No, I
It's
understand
just that one of the girls is very distressed.
No,
so
yeah.
obviously she's rung Mum.
And
then that's how
we've stood at the back door. Second we've heard somebody, we've come straight to the back door, and then we've left it as that.
Right, that's fine.
That's simple as that.
Go on then.
Yeah, we need to speak to her regarding it anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stuart finally gets the chance to talk to Kathleen about the debt. He needs to collect payment today.
You need to come to some sort of arrangement with regards to this. We have been here 4 times. You need to try and raise some funds.
The money I've got in my bank, I've got £14, and I've got in the post office £188 something child benefit, which has been paid in today, which I haven't withdrawn, and that's it.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
What can you afford monthly going forward? If you can give us something to work with, we're willing to work with you.
Okay, based on the fact that probably you know that in your experience, if there's one debt, there's more. I don't know, maybe £100?
I don't think that's going to be accepted.
It soon becomes clear to Stuart that Kathleen can't pay the money owed to her previous landlord.
It is worrying that more and more single parents that we see are getting themselves into deeper debt, but the worst thing is they're not doing anything about it.
As Kathleen isn't able to pay, Stuart and Vic have the right to seize goods. But due to her circumstances, they offer Kathleen a day's grace to find the money.
You'd be amazed about what 24 hours can do. Instead of us being here and causing you under distress.
Yeah, I would be amazed what 24 hours can do, but I've had weeks to do this, and clearly I've not been able to get any money together. I have no family to ask. People assume that people have got mum, dad to ask, and got that. Who am I supposed to ask?
What is it that you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a social worker.
If you're declared bankrupt, your employer would know about it, and I don't know if that would affect your employment or not.
Well, there we are.
If Kathleen can't pay the full amount when Stuart and Vic return, her ex-landlord could force her into bankruptcy to reclaim the debt.
We have informed her that the worst case scenario would be a statutory demand on behalf of our clients. But people need to learn that bankruptcy isn't a joke. It cripples you. I mean, that's why it's there. You have no bank account, you'll have access to no credit, you'll have no funds going into your accounts. It'll ruin your future with regards to applying for any job or anything like that.
For the time being, the agents are forced to leave empty-handed.
We got the best result today, yeah. She's a single mom with 3 kids. I don't care who you are, it's never easy.
But Stuart and Vic will be back in touch with Kathleen in 24 hours to see if she can pay.
According to a leading property market survey, commercial rents are expected to rise at the fastest.
Hayton, Liverpool. High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are back on the road to collect a debt from fast food takeaway owner Mr. Soren Hassan.
Another shop.
Yeah, it's £3,039.32. He's not selling enough kebabs with sauce.
No, he's not, is he?
Mr. Hassan has fallen behind with rent payments on his premises.
Oh, it's open as well.
Right, let's get in that door.
Stuart and Vic are looking for full payment today.
There you go, Vic, straight in.
All right, mate. Yeah, commercial rent arrears, mate, yes.
Yeah, we're after Mr. Soren Hassan.
Soren Hassan is not in, but the man behind the counter quickly gets him on the phone.
Is this Soren, is it? Hello, Mr. Hassan. I've been sent by your landlord to collect an outstanding balance of £3,039.32. Sorry, sir, can you just repeat that? Sorry. Because I can't hear because of... that's all. Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Okay, so you need to make a payment, sir. If not, we are instructed to take control of your goods today, unless you make me a payment now, in full.
I want the cash in the shop, and I am doing Liverpool, because I am meeting leaders, I am doing Liverpool.
We're going to stop this now. You've got 30 minutes to make a payment to me in full. If not, I'm taking control of your goods, sir, by instruction of the clients. Oh, well, there you go then. You didn't like the sound of that.
Mr. Hassan may have put an end to the call, but he rings his assistant back. Stuart thinks he's asked him to buy him some more time.
What's he said?
We have money. We know just at the moment in the bank or in the cash.
Yeah.
Anything such for tomorrow morning?
No. The main priority is getting those funds.
With the clock ticking and the defendant trying to delay payment, Stuart and Vic apply some pressure.
It's no time for the clipboard.
If Mr. Hassan can't or won't pay the £3,000 in rent arrears, the team have the right to take away goods. But first, they need to know exactly what's in the shop.
It's quite well stocked. You've got the kebab skewers, you've got the 2 deep fat fryers, you've got the prep table there, the fridge full of drinks, the twin freezers, a lot of decent equipment, to be completely honest.
With the inventory done, almost an hour has passed, and there's still no sign of payment from Mr. Hassan. So the agents get the defendant back on the phone.
Hello? 10 minutes. Yeah, but are you going to be 10 minutes? Because I've been hearing out 10 minutes for the last half an hour.
Stuart isn't falling for any more excuses.
Excuse me, mate. Can you start switching all the stuff off now? Can you do that now?
How much you want to pay? You got to pay me now £3,039.32. Pardon? Cash or card is the same amount. There's no discount.
Do you favour, mate? Can you start switching the stuff off now?
You're switching your machines off now as we speak.
No payments. So can you start switching the stuff off?
Pardon?
Yeah. No. Right, I'll do it.
No, listen. Why don't you pay over the phone now, and then we can stop this.
Forget that conversation. Stuff needs to get switched off. So can you do that now? So I'll start doing that now.
No, I do, no problem.
Okay. Go on then.
Do you have a card there? Get the chip up machines to it, please, mate.
Yeah.
Is it a debit card?
Second it starts getting switched off, the debit card comes out. Funny that.
But just as Stuart and Vic are about to collect payment, they lose contact with Saran Hassan.
He's in a tunnel.
Hello? Hello?
But then a man walks into the shop.
It's Soran, is it?
I'm a friend of Soran's cousin.
Right, okay. The
defendant has called on a family friend who's prepared to pay the £3,000.
Is it a debit card?
Yeah.
You got a PIN number there, sir?
Yeah, close that door.
The family friend has brought backup.
So it hasn't been authorised, so maybe there was a bit of data protection with regards to it. That's your copy.
The payment is declined, but the man offers Stuart and Vic a solution.
Pay your cash.
Yeah.
Cash? Do you want to get a receipt?
Yeah.
I'll go. Do you want me to count it or what? I've got to go to the van.
Shutter needs to be open. 2, 3. Shutter needs to remain open, mate. I've already said that.
With so much cash on show, the man and his friends don't want to take any risks.
I'm not dictating what's going on, okay? The shutter needs to remain open. Yeah, no, it needs to remain open, mate. I'll come behind the counter and I'll count the cash out, all right? I know there's kids and everything outside. I don't want to be counting cash. I understand that.
But the men ignore Stuart and bring the shutter down.
Yeah, it needs to remain open. I've already said to you 3 times. Bring it up halfway.
No, sorry.
Yeah, bring it to there. Bring it to there. No, I'm sorry, mate. It doesn't work like that.
I can't.
Yeah, I know, mate, but we're still in here. Yeah, okay. Okay, what I'll do is I'll bring it up halfway. No? Okay, that's fine. I'll phone the police then. Yeah, I'll do that. No worries. Just bring it up halfway and then I don't have to phone the police. Just bring it up.
Take your money, 2 minutes, you've been ready, go. 2,
4, 6.
With the shutters down, Stuart and Vic are concerned for their safety. They need to collect the cash and leave before the situation escalates.
That's 3,040, 35. 6, 7, 8, 9, it's 32.
No, you see one of them, give me one of them, this one.
That's our copy.
You will get a breakdown in the post. Mate, you're wasting my time, honestly. I've been here for over an hour, my friend.
Debt collected, Vic is eager to go.
Can you open the shutter, please, mate?
You can do whatever you want. They've tried to trap you inside a building, make us feel uncomfortable, but we ain't leaving without payment. And walking out with a payment in full is the best feeling in the world.
According to research from the UK's leading association of landlords, almost a third have experienced rent arrears in the last 12 months. 1 in 5 now worry their tenants will struggle with payments in the next year.
Barnes, London. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Phil Short are back on the road to serve an eviction notice on Arnold Mabere and Janine Thiss.
It's a standard writ of possession, so an eviction, £8,000 on the writ. We want the next turn and there. Jumping with joy is where the landlady's going to be.
For the best part of a year, the defendants have only been making part payments towards the rent. Landlady Christine McLaren is owed over £7,500.
Hello.
Hiya, are you Paul?
I am.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Where's the house?
It's down here, number 25. I'll give you that.
The drill is this. We prefer that you're not there for the first 5 minutes till we actually get in, and they'll be given an hour to get packed and out. Shit or bust, no quarter given.
The team aren't looking to collect the debt. They're here to get the tenants out.
Red door.
And with the writ in hand, Paul and Phil have the right to enter the property and change the locks.
They are in because they've come and bolted the door. Will you open the door, please? We're not going to go away, and we will break in if we have to.
It's been a stressful time for landlady Christine.
They went in on the 11th of July last year. They bounced the cheque for the deposit. Since then, I've been shaking and quaking nervously about whether I'm going to be able to survive financially. They know I left London to go and live in Cornwall because I've had cancer and I wanted to de-stress.
No one is answering the door, but then Christine receives a phone call.
Oh, it's him. Hello, Arnold. Hi, are you at home? We need to get in. I don't need to arrange it. It's the High Court enforcement that are here. You're leaving today. Yes, you are, darling. Let me put you on to the man because I'm going to get upset speaking to you. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. I'm standing outside the door with a High Court writ to repossess this property. The writ authorises me to break in if I need to, and I will, if you don't open the door.
The tenant says he's not at home.
Yeah. How old are the children? Your children, if they're that age, should not be left in the house on their own. I shall ring social services to take care of the children. I'm not going to be kept waiting. No, it's no longer. I'm going to do it now. Thank you.
Concerned about the children's safety, Paul wants to take immediate possession of the property.
Paul, apparently I can get in from the back.
The agents split up.
There's a 7-foot door in the way.
With children home alone, this eviction has taken an unexpected turn.
Judicious use of the crowbars.
Paul and Phil will have to act quickly.
I'm looking for children.
Now, Paul is on a mission to find the young occupants.
Can you open this door?
Hang on, Phil. said the children were in here. Obviously not.
Mr. Mabere clearly hasn't been telling Paul the truth. And he's back on the phone to Christine.
So you said he just rang again?
Yeah.
Asking if his children were okay.
The children are not in there?
They're not in there?
No, they never were.
9 months after putting her home up for rent, Christine walks back into her property.
They're a bit shaky, actually. Oh, look at this day. They've broken those drawers. And it was a brand new kitchen when they came in. And that is disgusting. I had a really nice home before, and this is despicable, and it smells. I've got to turn this round really quickly. If they owe me so much money, oh my gosh, it's dreadful. I haven't been able to work because of ill health, and this was my only source of income. Very nearly 9 months. And they've not paid a complete month's rent in all of that time.
Paul and Phil have been at the property for an hour, and there's still no sign of the tenant.
I don't like to leave without seeing the person that we've just evicted. I like to complete the loop, make sure he's got a copy of the writ.
So Paul gives Mr. Mabere one last chance to attend the eviction.
Hello? Yeah, okay, so we've repossessed the property. Your children are not inside and never were. And so if you want a copy of this writ, you must come here quite quickly because I have other work to do.
Okay, I'll be on my way.
How long will you be?
25 minutes.
Thank you very much. Bye.
With the tenant's arrival imminent, Paul advises Christine to keep a low profile. Half an hour later, Mr. Mabere finally arrives at the house.
Okay. Yes, sir. It's always a relief if the tenant turns up, yes, because we can explain to them very forcefully what the effects of the writ are, and there are no loose ends left for the landlord to try and explain.
The defendant immediately questions the legality of the High Court writ and produces a letter from the county court.
He's saying that it can be taken to the High Court, so I'm just going to take that to them and they'll cancel it.
They won't.
Oh, that's what they said anyway. But it's fine, don't worry. They will sort it out. Because they say this is an illegal thing. Give it to me, I'll take it back to them.
Of course, by all means. Thank you very much. I would say 70 to 80% are where the tenants are not necessarily taking the piss. That's probably a bit strong, but they've taken advantage of circumstances and they're just stretching it out to breaking point. I'm not going to be helpful to you unless you change your attitude.
Okay, that's fine.
I suggest you go to the court and turn it all upside down. And then I'll see you back here on Tuesday.
No, that's fine. I just need to take a few emergency things.
Faced with Paul's ultimatum, Mr. Mabere goes inside to collect a few essentials.
Did you go in, Phil?
Yes.
Stay close.
He can collect all his belongings in a few days' time.
So you don't miss anything. Identification, medication, clothes, and some toiletries.
But the tenant's frustration over the eviction begins to show.
There's dispute as to who has possession of this property.
Sir, there's no dispute, okay?
In another court says something else.
Sir.
Yeah? Do not point at me like that.
Calm down.
Yeah? Do not point at me like that.
Please calm down.
Do not adopt an attitude with me either.
I'm not any attitude with you, I'm calm. Just calm down, just carry on packing. I'm not condescending.
You are. If it's to do with racism, you want to see a black person, this is exactly what...
Sir, this has got nothing to do with racism. I don't know, that is an outrageous claim.
I've never seen anyone speak to a white person in the way you're speaking to me. I've never.
I think people are stressed in circumstances like an eviction. All they're looking for is a weapon to throw back at us, be it a tirade, a choice of words, racism, whatever insults they can throw back, they do. And we just let it ride, because after a few minutes it'll go away and we'll just get down to the job in hand.
A quarter of an hour later, and the tenant seems to be in no hurry to leave.
Is there anything else you need to grab from the house, sir? We've been here too long now.
Mr. Mabere ignores Phil and locks himself in the downstairs bathroom.
It's taken a long time.
It's all right, my patience will run out shortly.
I've got a feeling I might have to kick this door down there. So, what are you doing in there? You're sick, but you see it every day and you kind of get desensitised to it and, well... There we go.
Finally leaves.
Just ignore him. The important thing is you've got your property back now and you can relax. It's your house.
It's end of a chapter, thank you. That's what I'm looking for, yeah.
Next time,
He's in the house.
a mystery tenant gives Paul and Phil the runaround.
What's he run away for?
Kevin and Brian turn detective.
It's no good, I need to see official documentation from them.
And Steve acts fast in a challenging eviction.
Whatever you do, do not leave the door